Hello everyone! Welcome! Today we're going to do turtle line drawings. So first I'm going to go over the supplies that you're going to need for this project. You're going to need some glue, either glue stick or liquid glue. You're going to need a black permanent marker. You could use a regular marker if you don't have one, maybe a black colored pencil or a black pen. And then of course a pencil with an eraser, a white piece of paper, and then any color construction paper. So I'm going to put that off to the side, and we're going to start by talking about the element of art, line and pattern. So it's really important that we understand that. A line is a mark with a greater length than width. So some lines you might see are dotted lines. You might see horizontal lines, that's side to side, vertical lines, up and down, zigzag, spiral. Then you might see some cross-hatching, some thick and thin lines, some diagonal lines, and wavy lines. But there is lots of different lines out there. So you want to be creative when we go to put the lines on the turtle shell. Then the next element of art we're going to talk about is pattern. So patterns in art is made by repeating visual elements in a work of art. Meaning you take something and you repeat it over and over again. That would be a pattern. So if I have polka dots, I'm repeating the polka dots, I'm doing it over and over again, and that's creating a pattern. Same with these broken lines or dashed lines. I'm doing one and then I'm going to repeat it over and over again to create a pattern, along with these different dewdrops. So there's lots of different patterns you can come up with on your own. Now our project is turtle line drawing. So we are going to create a turtle, and each part of the shell is going to be a different line or pattern of your choice. Then we're going to cut it out, glue it on to a piece of construction paper, and then we're going to create a pattern in the background as well. So we are going to get started here. First, we're going to draw the turtle. So you're going to need to get your white piece of paper and your pencil ready. We want to make sure that the turtle is as big as we can on the paper so that when we cut it out, it takes up a good part of the construction paper. So I'm going to start with the shell first, and I'm going to go right about here. I want to leave some space on one side for the neck and the head of the turtle. So I'm going to draw a large upside down U shape. And I'm going to take my time. I kind of want to sketch it out. And it doesn't have to be, perfect. Next, I'm going to connect the bottom. Connect the bottom. Okay, then I'm going to make another line just above this bottom line. So I like to work by moving my paper around. It kind of helps me have more control over my drawing. Then I'm going to make a few curved lines at the bottom. The bottom of the shell. Next, I need to add the tail, so it's kind of like a triangle. Okay. Then I'm going to move on to adding the legs, and those are going to be some U shapes. And I'm going to need to put another U shape over here for the other foot. I like to go down, curve, and back around. Okay. Next, I'm going to need to add the head and the neck. So we're going to start on this line, add the head from the very top corner. So we're going to go this top corner right here, and you're going to curve up, and then we're going to go around to make the head around, and we'll go in for the mouth, like a little triangle, in again just a little bit, round it out, and then back down. Okay, now if you don't like that, then we can erase it, right? Anytime you make a mistake, you can always erase your mistake. There we go. Okay, then we gotta add the little toesies, right? Little toes. So I'm gonna make some curved lines and some curved lines. All right. Now we're going to need to work on adding the different parts of the shell. So we're going to need to make some more curved lines like we see right here. You're going to break it up into different chunks of curved line for the shell of the turtle. Alright, so I've got my different parts of the turtle shell. And then I can put a little eye over here if I want. Okay. Next, we are going to be taking our black permanent marker, or what if you have a black marker or a black crayon or colored pencil or pen, and you're going to trace over all of the pencil lines. The best thing about using the black marker is to do some cleanup. So see how I made a little mistake right here on my shell? I'm not going to trace that over because I don't want that in the end picture. So I'm going to go slowly, and I'm going to go over all my pencil marks so that they are crisp and clean with my black marker. Because when I'm done outlining everything, I'm going to go and erase any pencil mark. So right now, I want you to take your black marker and I want you to trace over all your turtle pencil marks. Then when you're done, come back and we'll start talking about the lines and patterns that go into the shell. Alright, welcome back. So you have now traced over all of your pencil marks with that black marker. Next, you're going to need to take your pencil, and I want you to find any pencil marks that you did not trace over, and you need to go ahead and erase those. This is what we call cleaning up your work, so making it look a little bit better so you don't see any of those pencil marks. When you're done erasing all the pencil marks, come on back. Alright, welcome back. So just as a reminder, you can always pause the video if you need more time to work on something. Don't feel like you have to keep up with me. You can always pause and take your time and come back. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put those elements of our line and pattern into the different parts of the shell. So each part of the shell needs to be a different line or pattern. And we want to make sure it goes from one end of the part of the shell to the other end of the part of the shell. So if I'm going to do vertical lines, which are straight up and down, I'm going to start from one end to the other. I don't want to go like that and not finish the line unless it's part of my pattern. So I'll go all the way down with my vertical lines. And you are going to pick your own lines and patterns. So you do not need to copy what I do. You go ahead and pick your own lines and patterns to go in each part of the shell. So then maybe this part of the shell, I'm going to want to do wavy lines. And then maybe I want to add some dots. And I kind of created a pattern by using two types of lines that I repeated. So I have my dots and my wavy lines that I repeated. Now from here, you're going to go on your own and you're going to put in with your black marker different lines and patterns in each part of the shell. Then you'll come back and we'll talk about the next step. Okay, so now we have done our line and pattern work in our turtle shell. Next, we have this little part of the shell. You can go ahead and add a pattern or line in there if you'd like, as well as inside these little curved lines, or maybe you want to add some more lines and patterns into the feet. So I'll give you a few more minutes and you can go ahead and add extra lines and patterns into that area of the turtle if you would like. Then you can come on back. Alrighty, so I just added a little bit of polka dot work, and that's all I needed to do. So next you're going to want to grab your scissors, and we're going to do a little bit of what's called shadow cutting. So shadow cutting means you cut along the black line, but not directly on the black line. And we need to cut the turtle out in one piece because remember, after we cut it, we're going to glue it onto the construction paper. So right now you're going to take your scissors, you're going to grab your paper, and you're going to do some shadow cutting. I like to hold my paper in one hand so that I can move it around while I am cutting. It kind of gives me a little bit more control over my work. And I want to cut along the black line, but not directly, so not right on top of the black line. And I'm going to cut out the entire turtle in one piece. So you go ahead and take the time to cut out your turtle, and then when you're done, you come on back and we'll do the next step. All right, good. You cut your turtle out in one piece. So now it's time to get that piece of construction paper you picked out, and you put that construction paper in front of you. Next, you're going to take your turtle and you're going to kind of want to line it up so it's about in the middle of your paper. Then you're going to get your glue, either you're using a glue stick or liquid glue, and you can turn your turtle over. And we want to make sure we get the glue definitely on the edges of the turtle. And then I like to do a little wiggly line in the middle. I'll pick up my turtle. I want to be very careful. I want to make sure I line my turtle up in the middle the best I can. And then of course we're always going to press down and smooth. The next thing you'll do is you'll get your black marker again, and you're going to create some sort of pattern or line work in the background. So maybe in the background I would like to do some wiggly lines, and I'm going to do that all over the background. When I'm done creating the background, you are done with the turtle project. So you'll need to make sure that you check your work, that you've done all the directions, that you have looked at the rubric to make sure you've done everything correctly. Then you're going to take a picture of your turtle and you're going to submit your work as done. Alright, I wish you luck. I can't wait to see all of the finished line and pattern turtles. Have a great rest of your day.